Well, guys, we have two separate sets of bad news to talk about today, which is never fun, but we're going to talk about it. We got some FC25 leaks, again, that are new to talk about. And also, the PC has arrived. I now am making my new setup right now in the middle of, like, recording this video, basically. The laptop is gone. I'm not looking this way anymore. I have a monitor right here. I've got my gaming monitor right here. I'm still figuring it all out. I got, like, LED lights all around the place. I mean, you can probably see it blink. Yeah, you can see it blinking right there, I think, on the monitor. Yeah, you can see it. So just ignore all that. I'm still working things out. If my mic sounds odd, I'm just figuring things out right now. This thing is a beast. A 24-hour stream will be mad fun. Also, the poll, I'm going to leave it up for one more day, but it looks like what's going to win is the release night. So I'm going to start streaming probably about 15 to 30 minutes before the game actually comes out. I'll talk to you guys for a little bit, and then we'll just start playing the game. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to MMOXP.com. The link is in the description. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. It looks like that one is going to win, but yeah, let's get into this awful. It's just, I saw this news and I was actually upset. I'm like, are you fucking serious? It is indeed the end of an era. It's maybe the worst time for this to happen. Alex Morgan has retired, and it's right in between a cycle. It could not have actually been a worse time. She's not going to be an FC25 now, and she probably won't get an end of an era FC24 card because they don't care about this game anymore. Just a terrible timing. And Alex Morgan is an absolute legend. She won't be able to get like an icon card either probably for next year. So it's just, it actually is terrible timing. And she is so fun to use in this game. She's got like crazy shooting animations. This is just so unfortunate, and this might be the last time in the comments we can say mommy to Morgan. I hate to say that, but this might be the last time right here. And there was debate going around from like non-Americans out there like, oh, is she an icon? Is she a hero? If you obviously know anything about women's football, she's obviously an icon, so she was going to be an icon, but I can't blame if you didn't know much about women's football or anything like that, but she's going to be an icon. But okay, on to our next bit of disappointing news. We've got word officially that there is not going to be a Premier League Player of the Month SBC for August. We will have to wait all the way until October at least, when the September Player of the Month does come out. So last year we saw an August Player of the Month. It was James Madison. It was one of the first SBCs of the entire year, I believe. So everyone's thinking, okay, is it possible to see an Erling Haaland, Mo Salah, Bukayo Saka, Cole Palmer SBC? Because those are literally the four nominees, or four of the six nominees, I want to say, and they're the obvious favorites. So we're like, okay, it's got to be a crazy SBC coming, right? Well, unfortunately, knowing EA, of course, they know it's going to be a crazy SBC. It'll probably be Erling Haaland, and they're not bringing him out. So now we have official confirmation there will not be an August Player of the Month, which most people expected, but I did have some copium. I was like, oh, maybe they are going to have to release it. They told the Premier League they were going to release an August Player of the Month, so they have to. They didn't. So no Haaland Player of the Month, and Alex Morgan will probably not be an FC25 at all for the entire year, so that's really unfortunate. Ronaldo also got to 900 goals, as you guys probably saw today. People clamoring for a record breaker SBC, perhaps. This actually is like the one time of the year they could drop it, so it's not totally out of the realm of possibility, but I would still lean towards it's just too late. Like, they don't really care anymore, so they're not going to drop it, I guess. Or if I had to guess, but it's not a 0% chance. I think it's unlikely, but it could happen if they really cared. I don't think they do. But you know what? Let's lighten the mood. We actually did get some good news today. The good news is that La Liga F Player of the Month is coming to FC25. So obviously the Liga F is basically the Barcelona League, if we're being honest here. A Barcelona player will end up winning this probably 8-9 times out of 10. I think last year they conceded like 6 goals, scored 100. I mean, it was ridiculous. They run the show. So this pretty much confirms a couple at least of huge SBCs. A Hansen, a Bonmati, a Puteas, because she's healthy, a Rolfo, you know, something like that. We'll see at least 2, 3 of them, if not 4 of them next year. I mean, it's going to be a lot of them. I'm surprised they actually added this because they know that, but they added it, and it's coming next year. Now on to some news that I actually have no idea what this means. So someone please tell me if you understand, because we got the cosmetic Evo options. Okay, so you would expect that to be like different card designs, but this shows you that in order to get those card designs, maybe you have to do different things like goal score. There's 3 levels of objective to earn a certain card design. Same with match legend, and then maybe pro champs excellence, standard champs excellence is going to be wins in weekend league. Maybe you can get different card designs for your Evos, and season ladder as well. If you get like to a certain point on the season, then you can get a different card design as well. I think that's what that means, but it's not explained at all by AC. So now also keep in mind, I want to say the reason that you can't just select what design you want to is because I don't think they actually care about making it objectives based like these are here. I think they just want to eventually one day, hey, you can pay to make your card this design or this color. I'm sure that's going to be an option as well. There's paid different card designs. There's no way that's not going to be an option to me. So they didn't want to introduce like, hey, make the card design whatever you want, then add it to a paywall. At least it's like, hey, you have to earn it through objectives first. If If you want to change his design, score a certain amount of goals, play a certain amount of games, right? And then eventually, one day they end up adding in paid designs. You just like spend 100K or spend 10 bucks and you just get a design that way. That's why this wasn't just some sort of customizable thing immediately off rip, I'm sure. Okay, moving on, I saw this tweet. I hope EA surprise us at the start of FC25 and bring back ones to watch. Always was one of the best promos, says Zaid on Twitter. And listen, I mean, we can't romanticize everything that's left. Okay, I know we do it a lot, but like romanticizing ones to watch is one of the best promos of the year. That's insane. That is just totally not true. Now, with the new Team of the Week changes, I think it would actually be a better promo than it was, but when it was in its heyday, it was not a great promo. It just wasn't. You weren't getting ones to watch Mbappe. Like, let's not act like you were getting fucking these crazy cards. No one was packing shit. They wouldn't give Team of the Weeks 2 ones to watch cards. They were truly stingy with them, so I'm not super upset it's not here anymore. Would I like to see it back? Sure, because I'd like to see a lot of different things we used to have back, but it being one of the best promos, listen, we gotta stop romanticizing everything that left the game, okay? We can't do that. Also, we talked about new playstyle pluses on cards. Aloeron got rapid plus this year, by the way. He didn't have this last year. You might remember him having it because he's just known as the pace guy, the speedster, but he actually didn't have this last year. Now he has rapid plus, so he's gonna get faster this year, and he'll be more expensive now than he was last year. He'll be better, so. And also, listen, I know we can't have Futmas anymore, all right? I know that you can't call it Futmas, but why can't we have a promo extremely similar to Futmas, but just don't call it Futmas? Because I know people don't want to have the whole, like, Christmas. Okay, hold on. This image is like 110p, but look how many SBCs we had in 1 month of content. I mean, come on, man. Like, that is so cool. And they're like, oh, can't call it Futmas. Scrap the promo for Winter Wildcard, which is kind of okay promo, just run-of-the-mill promo. Come on, let's get some creativity and flavor back in here. You know, it doesn't have to be copy and paste everything. Okay, let's read your comments now. Kristofsky says, I want to turn an icon into a player/manager like Dalglish and Hullet. Now, I actually have a little trick for you guys. If you want to do a little bit of a realism, if you're into career mode, a little bit of realism, okay, what you can do is, you cannot do this with icons that are in like the World 11 teams, that kind of thing, but what you can do is, if you want to have Ronaldo be a manager, say, in your manager career mode, right, and manage a top team, what you can do is actually transfer him to, say, Man United or a top team, right, and then have him retire in your player career mode, launch a player career mode with Ronaldo, Messi, or something like that if you want to become a manager. Have him retire, and you'll get manager offers now on like much bigger teams. If you just have, say, Messi or Ronaldo starting a player career with them and then you retire with them, what actually will happen is you'll get like shitty offers on shitty teams because they're in the Saudi league and Messi's in MLS. What you can do though is transfer them to a very good team before you start a player career mode. So little tip and trick there if you want some interesting little realism or little cool thing to do potentially there. What seems is, how is David Raya not in the top 12 keepers? He's better than 80% of them. Chat, what are we thinking about this one? David Raya is an 86 plus rated. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? I just want to see what you guys' reaction is to that one. And then okay, and then the comments, I mean, 738 I was seeing you know, Timberwolves passed up on Steph Curry twice, okay? Like, I can't escape this shit. Chat for 2010, how would you compare your American football team to one of the Premier League teams? Is it like a Man U or a Spruce? I'm assuming you mean Spurs. Well, I guess here's one way to put it. The Vikings have, I think, the 4th best all-time record, I want to say, out of 30 teams, right? So it might be 3rd. I think it's 4th best all-time win percentage, dating back to like the early 60s or late 50s, right? The entire top 15, the entire top half of the league in winning percentage has a Super Bowl. The whole top 10 has multiple Super Bowls. The Vikings, who at number 4 in win percentage all time, have 0. They are 0-4. So what's a team that historically actually is very good? They just can't get it done when it actually matters. You be the judge in the comparison there, but it probably is more like a Spurs. But yeah, apologize if you're watching this back and there was some weird stuff going on in this video. I'm still figuring things out with a new setup. So hey, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I love you all. Since over so much.